channel. My name is Todd Schutze and I'm a certified financial coach. I'm also the founder of True Financial Coaching, where our mission here is to help you to invest in yourself. The way we do that is by educating you, enlightening you, and equipping you with the financial literacy that is needed in order to get off the rat wheel. In this video, I wanted to come on and just talk about what it would take for one to begin this journey, and not just begin it, but continuing this journey of escaping the rat wheel. Like I said before, I started my journey back in 2020, and when I started this journey, I was just tired of living paycheck to paycheck, just tired of getting raises and wondering why I'm not seeing any progress. Why am I still stuck in the same boat and making no progress? So what I did, I just began to seek the Lord, seeking God. Prayer for me and fasting is an integral part of my life. And I didn't know what else to do, because like I said, I've been working for years and still little to no progress, little to no savings. I had a home, cars, finance, but I just always wondered, like, what would happen if I was to lose my job, or if I retired. Yes, I had a pension, but I was just banking on that, not knowing what I would really need in time of my retirement. And even with that, having to work till I'm 56, 60 years old, to me that just felt like a prison sentence. So I just was tired of getting the same routine, going to work, as far as finance, naturally, going to work, getting a paycheck, pay my bills, expenses, whatever, but not really having a cushion for me for the future, or anything for the future outside of that pension that I get from my job, which very little people do receive. So I prayed and asked the Lord. This was back in 2019. Prayed and asked the Lord, help me to become fiscally or financially fit. Help me to know how to manage my finances, and do what it takes to be able to get to where I wanted to be, as far as naturally. And I know I can't play the lottery, so that wasn't happening. Wasn't going to play the lottery or win the lottery for my religious reasons. But I was looking for something outside of myself to get me to where I wanted to be. Whether it was a windfall of money somehow, or some type of investment in a stock, not realizing that the answer, lies within me. Which lies within me, meaning that in order to get me to where I wanted to be, only I would have been able to do that. Only me. Not a vehicle outside of me, but only me. And I realized that, like I said, when COVID hit, I had a lot of time to think reflect, and during that time, just studied, learned, equipped myself with knowledge, became enlightened through different videos and you know uh, just people I was listening to, like I said, like Dave Ramsey, a couple of other people I listened to, that it kind of shifted my mindset. And as I said before, that's where it really begins at. It begins in the mind. When you have that change of mind and you have that desire to change, and you're just getting tired of your situation, then one is going to do what it takes to better themselves. And that's in any area of life, whether it's financially, whether it's with your weight, physically, spiritually. You get tired of living a life of meaninglessness, you know. But it starts with the mindset. The scriptures teach, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of the mind. So that's where it really begins at, with one's mindset. And then once you have that mindset to change, I'm telling you, it's like God will allow people and things, books, videos to come into your life to, give you, put you on the right path to where you want to go. And that's what happened with me. I began learning more, not just learning more, but then also applying what I learned to myself. And it took a lot. It's going to take a lot of sacrifice, a lot of discipline, consistent self-discipline. I say self-discipline because oftentimes people look for discipline, again, outside of themselves. They look for others to give them that discipline. It's like a parent disciplines their children, but the child is going to continue to cut up. Even though they may be receiving the discipline at home, they're going to continue to cut up until they realize that the discipline got to start from within. And then the change will take place. And that's with anything. Discipline is a key ingredient to change. And in this particular field, as far as with your finances, it's going to take a lot of discipline, self-discipline, where, because the mindset has been already programmed to consume, to spend, to live for the present instead of thinking about the future. And that's what discipline is. Discipline, to me, is the denial of instant gratification and satisfaction for the present in exchange for long-term success. And I'm telling you, back in 2019 is when I prayed, and around 2020, COVID hit, and then I was able to sit, think, meditate, learn, listen, read about this particular area of my life, and then applying that, and then sticking to it. And I would pray, I would fast, and even in the midst of my fast, and this would maybe get on at this time, because I was just up meditating, thinking about how when I fast, I try to write things down, what I'm fasting for. I put the date, and I ask the Lord, this is what I want in my fast, from my fast. And I was just reflecting on that and looking back to that. A lot of the things that I wrote down back in 2023, I think it was early last year. A lot of the things I wrote down, and even some of the things I wrote when I first started on this journey back in 2020, but mainly from last year. a lot of the things have come to pass. Back in March of 2023, I was specifically looking at that. One of the things I wrote down, like to keep a journal. Got a couple of journals, and I just like to write things down, mental notes, natural things, spiritual things, whatever. But one of the things I wrote down was I was asking the Lord to help me or bless me to become a financial coach and to begin my own practice, my own financial coaching service, my business. And at the time I wrote this down, I obviously wasn't a financial coach, and didn't have a business, but being consistent with prayer and with fasting and also believing and equipping myself, came to pass, but it takes a lot of discipline and consistency, and without that, you're going to just continue to be in that same cycle, that same loop. That's, as I call, the rat race, the rat wheel. It's just going to continue to keep powering that until one makes up to their mind that I'm tired. I gotta continue. I want to change, and I'm gonna do what it takes. And that's what happened. Just got tired. I wanted to change, and then I did what it took. It's not easy. It's not easy. No, it's hard because, again, like we said, we're programmed to live for the now. And it's my money. I want to spend it now. But where has that gotten us with that mindset? Where has that mindset gotten us? So, doing the things that it took to get to where I'm at now, and I'm not completely where I want to be, but I'm in a better state now than I was back in 2019, back in 2020. I'm in a better state now, and like I said, I'm not rich. I'm far from it. Having debt is more than just not making payments to someone. It's more than that. What it is having the time in your life to do what you want to do when you want to do it. It's more than just not having debt. Of course, yes, you want to build wealth, but as I say, you cannot build wealth with mounds of personal debt. You can't. It's almost impossible, because here you are in the hole, and you're trying to build a house. You gotta lay the foundation first before you can build, and laying the foundation is by getting yourself out of debt. Then begin to save and invest, and just do the things that it takes to build your financial house. But again, the discipline is key. Discipline, depriving yourself of what you want to do now, and not necessarily depriving yourself, but sacrificing now, because I don't want you to think, I can't do anything. Yeah, you could still, do things with your money, but you want to, you're controlling your money. You're telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. You're now budgeting. You're now saving. You're now eliminating high interest debt or all debt, but especially things that we don't even need. We finance things that we don't need to impress people we don't know, and that's part of the program. to keep up with the Joneses. Like I said in the previous video, people trying to keep up with the Joneses, and the Joneses is broke. Folks is worrying about a credit score, but credit score don't mean nothing. Well, somebody, they don't really mean nothing. Credit score don't mean nothing. It's just another program. People say I got a 800 credit score, okay. 700 credit score, okay. What's your credit report say? Let's see all the list of people that own a part of your business, the business of you. And so credit score don't mean nothing, not in the grand scheme of things. Only reason you need a credit score is to go into debt. So, but that's the part of the program. That's the part of the the consumer mindset. But in order to get on this journey and continue on this journey, again, it takes a lot of discipline, and it takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of consistency. Like I said, it's like somebody trying to lose weight. They know what they have to do, and it's really a simple plan. A simple plan doesn't mean it's an easy task. The simple plan of losing weight: eat less than you burn, right? Eat less than you burn. Real simple. But the application of that simple plan is the challenge, because you get the cravings, you get, in some cases it's an addiction, and people may start off, but then the consistency over the time is not there. The discipline over the time is not there. And this is why people make these New Year's resolutions. I'm gonna lose weight, this, that, and the third. But then after 2 weeks in, if that, maybe longer, maybe a month in, give the benefit of the doubt, they right back to where they were. Why? Because it's not a mindset. It's just something that they know they have to do, but the mind hasn't really shifted. It hasn't shifted. But once the mind shifts, then your whole life will change. It'll change. And I'm saying this from experience. Like I said, it didn't happen overnight, and that's another thing. People, because they don't see the progress right away, they get discouraged. Stick with it. Yeah, that's the consistency and the discipline. Sticking with it, not giving up, and knowing that the long-term reward is worth it. Because like I said, it's more than just getting out of debt, but it's about the time in your life. It's the time. And that's what people don't look at. You look at the numbers on paper, but what about the time? Time is so precious, and none of us know how much time we have left. And I know for myself, I don't want to spend my years, just working, living for the weekends and a 2-week vacation. Why can't my whole life just be what I want to do? And I'm not saying you don't work. I'm not saying that. You got to put the work in, you got to work. But it doesn't take 30, 40 years to work and then retire. It doesn't take that long. You can do it in 10 if you do it right. You can put in work, retire in 10 years, and have your life to just do what you want to do when you want to do it. That don't mean you don't have to stop working. People may still want to work with their time, and that's nothing wrong with that. But at least you don't have to be working at a job where you don't want to be. You can work. You can create your own business, you do whatever, you are in control. Why? Because you put in the work, discipline, consistent, and now you took back the time of your life. You own the time of your life. And I never understood that, even with a job, how you gotta put in a request for time that they give you. Never understood that. I gotta put in a request to take off time that you gave me. I never understood that. And then you get penalized if I take X amount of days that I've been allotted. Not going over the time that I've been allotted, but I'm using the time that I've been allotted, and then I get penalized by it. I get memos, I get dirty looks for time that I was already given from the job. And again, this is something that people, just think is common, it's normal, and it's not normal. As I said, because a thing is common, don't make it normal. So again, consistency, sticking with it, because once you get on this journey, and once you become, enlightened about the financial system and how it's all a program to keep people working, once you become enlightened, and once you get on this path, and once you taste the freedom of owning the time of your life, being able to do what you want with the time that you have when you want, I'm telling you, it's like it make it seem like a regular job. To me, this is just to me, it feels like prison. It feels like prison. Like I said, I'm on this sabbatical. That's another thing. I've fasted and prayed on, wrote it down in my journal. I've been on this journey, this sabbatical now. This is the 13th month. Got 2 more months to go before I have to go back to work. But it's like, it's gonna feel like I'm gonna feel like a prisoner. I'm gonna feel like a prisoner. But like I said, once you taste this freedom, you want to do whatever it takes to not let it go, to protect it, to keep it, and going back next year, if I gotta just keep teaching the 7th grade math, whatever that I gotta do, I'm not gonna be enjoyable. It's not gonna be enjoyable to me. It's not gonna be enjoyable to me. Like, I would teach continuously. I would just keep teaching if I could teach financial literacy. I would. But teaching a subject that I know is not relevant. I know math is relevant, yeah, but the math, the stuff that the topics that we have to teach to these kids, it's not relevant. Some of the things are percentages and things like that, because you can apply that to the real world. But a lot of these other topics within the math curriculum, they're never going to use again in their life. And then you wonder why a lot of kids don't do well in school, because they're not interested in it. You're giving them subjects and topics that they never going to use in real life, and they know this. These kids ain't stupid. These kids are very intelligent, very smart. But they know, like, this stuff I'm never going to use it in the real world. So why am I'm sitting here? And this is where you get distractions in the classroom and things of that nature if you don't get good classroom management. But a lot of kids do it well. They say grade, get an A, B. Sometimes I teach kids things. Some things I teach them, like on, just off on a tangent. Might get off on a tangent, may show them some things. And they say, and the first thing they say, "Are we getting graded for this?" Like, why you gotta get graded for a thing in order to learn it if it's gonna benefit you in the real life? But that's the program. The grading system. That's a whole nother thing right there. But that's part of the program. Also, the grading system. It's just nothing but producing workers, man. producing workers. That's it. That's what the school system does. It's producing workers, man. It's just producing the worker mentality, the consumer mindset. It's all a program. And that movie, The Matrix, like I said, I love The Matrix. That movie is it's real, man. It's real. Maybe sci-fi, but some real themes in that movie. But again, like I said, the discipline, the consistency is the key, to starting this journey, continuing on this journey, and ultimately getting to where you want to go is your natural financial life. And I'm glad I started it. I'm glad I started it. Even though when I did start it, I was like 44, 43, 44. But it's never too late. It's never too late. I just wish I had known what I knew now in my 30s, in my 20s, and I would have been retired. Would have been retired from mandatory work, and that's what I'm saying. Not when I say retire, I mean I'm talking about retiring from mandatory work, not retiring. Not stop working for yourself or doing something that you enjoy doing. I'm talking about retiring from the regular 9 to 5 where you have to be there, where you feel like you have to be there. And most people will disrespect at jobs. They'll tolerate unethical practices at jobs. Why? Because they have to be there. They have to be there. Why do they have to be there? Because of debt. Because of debt. And when you have, when you don't have debt, you won't tolerate some of the things that we have tolerated or are currently tolerating at jobs. You won't tolerate it. You won't tolerate your boss disrespecting you. And I'm not saying, like being disrespectful back to a boss, but you'll let the boss know respectfully, look, don't talk to me like that. People take a boss is talking to them any type of way because they're afraid to lose a job. Nope, none of that will happen. And even if I did, then I still wouldn't allow that to happen. But people do allow that to happen because they're afraid to lose a job because they got bills. And when I say bills, I ain't talking about. All right, you got expenses, you got debt, right? Expenses are things that keep your life going. Debt is something that you acquire, that you owe somebody. Expenses is for services, your utilities, food, rent. Rent is an expense. Mortgage is debt. People say when you rent, you throwing money away. How? You gotta have somewhere to live. How you throwing the money away by rent? You gotta have somewhere to live. That's not throwing money away. That's an expense. But again, those are things people say also. That's caught up in the matrix, the financial matrix. Just wanted to share some of my thoughts. There's so much more I can say. A whole lot more I can say. But as I often say, if you want to own the time of your life, you have to do what it takes now. And even though I'm still in this journey for my own self, like I said, started it back in 2020. It's 2024, 4 years, but like I said, that 4 years is gonna go by anyway. It's gonna go by anyway. So I might as well do something to change, something different, to see where that's gonna put me at, in 4 years time or whatever, however amount of time. How about I just try something? What I got to lose? What I got to lose? They say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. That's what they say the definition of insanity is. So if that's the definition of insanity, according to people doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results, how about I try something different to get a different result? What I got to lose? Been doing the same thing over and over again, and ain't nothing changed. So how about try something different? But that's the thing for a lot of people. Uh, Conformity brings contentment. For some people, a lot of people, conformity breeds contentment. What do you mean? They get so comfortable with their condition. They conform to their situation where they just become content with it. They become comfortable with it because that's what they're so used to. Even though what they're used to is not bringing them any, satisfaction. But because this is so, what I'm so used to this, I get content with it. This is my norm. Again, the scripture says, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So, yeah, it's going to take some work. It's going to take time. But again, the time's going to go by anyway, so I might as well try something different, see where that puts me at. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be some growing pains, and you're going to feel like, once you make up in your mind, let me just do this, do what I got to take, do what it takes to, get to where I want to be financially, instead of stressing over bills, stressing over this, stressing over the other. Let me do something different, and it's going to take time. In the beginning, you're going to feel like, man, is it worth it? A lot of restrictions, but it's not restrictive. It's not restrictive. You're working towards freedom. You're working towards freedom. And you got to be consistent with it. It's just like, I often think about, like, with agriculture, with farming, you had that little seed, but that little seed can produce a multitude of fruit. That one apple seed can produce numerous amounts of apples. When you plant it, get an apple tree, that one seed produced a bunch of apples. So what do I mean? That the benefits are greater than what you sowed. And the thing about when you sow a seed, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It takes time. I believe, like, with pineapples, I think it is, might take like almost a year and a half for a pineapple to grow. I think watermelons might take about, 90 days, I think I saw somewhere. But those fruits started with a seed, something small. And then that farmer kept cultivating it, nurturing it, and then it produced something great. I'm telling you, man. And I'm laughing because I'm telling you, I'm thinking about myself. It all started with a little seed. What was that little seed? A thought. It started with a thought. Right? I had the mindset, the thought, I need to change. I can't keep doing this. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you. You start with the thought, you cultivate it how? With knowledge, with educating yourself, with, you know, getting things in order, cultivate it, budgeting, debt elimination, cultivating that seed, and then the rewards of it is beyond my imagination, man. And like, even with this channel, I remember I had wanted to do a YouTube channel years ago, probably back in 2018, 2019, probably 2019. I think it was 2019, 2020 probably. But it wasn't time. It wasn't time. It wasn't time. Why? Because I was still working on myself. I wasn't fully where I needed to be at. You know, and one scripture says, "When thou art truly converted, then you can strengthen your brother." When thou art truly converted, then you can strengthen your brother. So, you know, I wasn't where I needed to be with my own self to start a channel like this at that time. It just didn't work out. I wasn't ready. It's like a seed, you know, that you plant. That fruit ain't ready to be, you know, plucked yet. It's not ripe yet. It's not ready to be enjoyed yet. So you got to do what? Give it more time. Give it more time to grow, ripen. And that's how it was for me. You know, it wasn't time for me to start that channel back then. But now, when I started this channel back in January, late January, and that's another thing I wrote it down. Even with the name, you know, of the channel and my services that I provide, True Financial Coaching, that's something that just came to me. You know, just came to me real simple. You know, I had some other names I thought of, but you know, but then True Financial Coaching, real simple. It's just my initials, just the initials to my name, TRU. Just True Financial Coaching. You know, I even wrote that down. You know, about my services, my businesses. You know, scriptures even say, write the vision, make it plain. Even though that's, you know, talking about this, you know, the scriptures, the word that the Lord gave to the prophet Habakkuk. But you can apply that to your own natural life. You know, without a vision, the people perish. You know, even like in your own natural life, you got to have a vision for yourself. You have to have a vision for yourself. You know, where do you see yourself at this stage in life, in these amount of years? See, and that's the problem. People think from a day-to-day, you know, mindset. They think with a day-to-day mindset, with a weekend mindset. But what about 10 years from now? Where do you see yourself at? You have to have a vision. You have to have a vision for yourself. Because if you don't have a vision for yourself, your whole life will be in disarray. You'll just keep doing the same thing, and thinking that's normal. You have to have a vision for yourself and write it down. Write the vision, make it plain. You got to write it down. And that's what I did. I wrote down, Lord, this is what I desire. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to do for you. You know, you got to write this stuff down. Now, like I said, you write these things down, you look back, it's like, wow. And I'm telling you, man, it's amazing. It's amazing to experience what I'm experiencing now, and I'm not even. It's not even over. It's still more to come, I believe. You know, and it's not about. And what I learned, it's never been about money for me. It's never been about money for me. Never been about money, and it's still not about money. For me, it's about time, and it's about helping others. That's all it is for me. That's all it is. It ain't even about money. It ain't even about money. Money is just, okay, you know, yeah, of course I want to be paid for my services, but, you know, even with the financial coaching services I provide, you know, $50 consultation, $100 coaching session, like, there's people out here charging way more than that. way more than that. I saw one guy, he charging like $300 for a coaching session. Another, I saw somebody charging like $800, $1,000 for a session. So to me, it's not even about money. It's not about money. It's about helping people. It's about the time, It's about the time. Of course, yes, I want to get paid for my services, but don't look at the 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 the, the numerical cost. Don't look at the numerical cost. It's the value that's being provided. Because value and cost are two different things. And I say that because you can set a cost. You got shirts, t-shirts, $1,000 t-shirts. That's the cost of it. But how much is that truly worth? What's the value of it? What's the worth of it to you? And the worth is to that individual. Cost is a number. Value and worth is, subjective to the individual. Services that I provide, and I say this not out of arrogance, but I say this because I know what it has done for me. But the services that I provide, it'll change your life. If you consistent and you discipline, it'll change your life, man. And I'm saying this because it changed my life. And I'm gonna say this: you don't even need to come see me and schedule an appointment. You don't even need to schedule a consultation or a session. You can do this on your own, But as a financial coach, I'm here to guide you, help you. It's just like somebody want to lose weight, or working out. They can do that on their own. Really, they can. They can just learn, right? Apply what they learn, stick with it. But a lot of people hire fitness trainers, fitness coaches, because they need someone to be there that give them that extra boost, that encouragement, that guidance, that accountability. You know what I mean? So that's what I do as a financial coach. But really, you can do this on your own. You can, and even when you do come to me, I tell people like those, and I thank you for those people that subscribed, and even those people that came to me. I really appreciate it. But even with them, I let them know, look, after a certain amount of time, you won't even need my services no more. Some people may be able to grasp what I'm putting down in a month. Typically it might take about 3 months. But if you're a quick learner, not even a quick learner, but if you just really made up in your mind that this is what I want to do, I give you the information, put you on the plan, set you up a plan, you can pretty much go from there. But, it's all about the individual with the mindset. Like I said, it's just like somebody trying to lose weight. They have to have a mindset to lose weight. And they can get a fitness trainer, a fitness coach, put them on a regimen, a workout regimen, put them on a meal plan. They can provide them with those resources, with those tools. But if that individual don't discipline themselves and apply what that fitness trainer has given them, then they ain't gonna see no change. And that's how it is with the services that I provide as a financial coach. We sit, we talk, I listen to you. Because a lot of times people say things they don't even realize they're saying. And because I've been where they are, I hear things that they don't even know that what they're saying. They don't even realize what they're saying. It's like people say they're a homeowner with a mortgage. You don't even realize what you're saying. You don't even realize what you're saying. You ask people, are you a homeowner? Yes. You have a mortgage? Yes. How are you a homeowner? If you're a homeowner with a mortgage, what do you call a person that owns that home but don't have a mortgage? People don't even realize what they're saying. Like people say, there's another thing people don't realize they're saying, I'd rather lease than finance. What are you saying? You don't even realize what you're saying. You rather lease than finance. It's the same thing. Somebody say, well, if I'm leasing, I can change it in. I don't, when I want, you know, I don't own it. I can just change it. Well, if you finance it, you don't own it either. If you finance it, you don't own it. Finance a car, you don't own it. But this is things people say they don't realize they're saying because of the program. Because of the program. Because of the program. And this is what I'm saying. Part of my mission is to help you invest in yourself by educating and enlightening you, so that you see things that is so visible, it's hidden in plain sight. Because I didn't see it, and I'm not saying these things to make fun of people. It's just I'm laughing because it's like I couldn't see this. I couldn't see it. I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what it was. Calling yourself a homeowner with a mortgage. I didn't see that. I knew something was wrong. I'll go fill out applications. Do you rent or own? And I just scratched my head like, I knew something was wrong, but I just checked own. I have a mortgage. I don't own. I'm paying the bank. The bank owns. I'm just a property manager. I'm the property manager. I'm the property manager. There's just no middleman. There's no landlord. I'm just the property manager. The bank owns. The bank is the landlord. But again, that's just a part of that's just a part of the program. I'm just talking. I ain't really had nothing, no script, and not that I ever do have a script, but just wanted to talk. Again, I do thank everybody that's been subscribing. I do, because like I said, I had in mind to do this years ago. I wasn't ready. And even with the channel, I'm learning I gotta be consistent with this, And I thank you for those people that subscribe and those people that watch my videos. I do. And some people will look at numbers of the views and the subscribers to the channel, and they measure the success of the channel by the number of viewers. And this channel is not for that, My channel is for those people that know something is wrong with this financial system, and something's wrong with my financial well-being, but I just don't know what. That's what this channel is for. Because I've learned that, even in the scriptures, in the spiritual, that everybody can't hear. Everybody can't hear. Even Jesus said, "My sheep will hear my voice." And I learned that even, in the natural, like, everybody can't hear. Why? Because they've been conditioned, programmed. But I do thank those people that subscribe, that been watching my videos. Hopefully you get inspired from what I'm saying, and hopefully you get something, learn from it, so that way you can do what it takes to get where you want to be in the natural, from the financial perspective. And like I said, I'm not an advisor. I'm not a guru. I'm just sharing my journey, my experience, and taking what I learned to help others. I am certified. Went through training. Got certified to do this, and I love it. 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 Again, don't look at the numbers of viewers that I have, the subscribers that I have, because I learned with YouTube there's two different genres. There's entertainment and there's education. And I learned that just studying YouTube. I learned that with YouTube, the entertainment videos do way more, get way more numbers than the educational. And I'm not here to entertain nobody. I'm here to educate you. And like I said, that's part of the mission of True Financial Coaching, to help you to invest in yourself by educating you, by enlightening you, and by equipping you with the financial literacy that is needed to get off the rat wheel. And I say that in my intro because for me, that's the truth. Be educated, enlightened, and equipped. And when you have those three, you stop powering that rat wheel. You stop doing the same uh, behaviors. You stop thinking the same way. Because again, it starts with the mindset. And I can't stress that enough. People may say, "Oh, it's not a mindset. The economy we live in, what the budget make, the mindset when the system is keeping us broke and poor." No, you're keeping yourself broke. The system ain't doing nothing. I used to think like that too. The system, the man, the system, the man. No, it was me. It was my system. It was me, the man, that was keeping me broke. It wasn't nobody outside of me. It was me. But that's a part of the program also, to make you think it's something outside of you that's got you in the condition that you are. It's not. Am I saying I'm saying that there are no injustices? No, I'm not saying that. But we have to look at ourselves and look at the decisions that we're making with our finances, because that's what being broke is. Broke is not it's different than being poor. When I went to Africa and I saw people there with little to nothing, that's poor. No shoes on their feet, that's poor. That's no food, that's poor. Here in America, we not poor, we just broke. What you mean? We have the resources, we just don't make wise decisions with the resources that we have, and as a result, we are broke. We're broke because of our own choices. Financing a cell phone will keep you broke. Financing vehicles, trading vehicles in to refinance another vehicle, that will keep you broke. 4 easy payments on shoes and shirts, that will keep you broke. All these subscriptions, constantly ordering out every day, every week, that will keep you broke. So it's not the system. Inflation don't have nothing to do with it. Yeah, inflation, cost of things are going up, but when you manage your finances right, inflation won't even matter. It won't even matter. Like I said, I've been on this sabbatical for 13 months, 2 more months to go. Half pay. Half of my monthly salary I'm getting. Half of my monthly salary I'm getting. During the sabbatical, my mortgage increased because of escrow or whatever, adjustments or whatever. My mortgage increased during the sabbatical, about $200 or so. Not a sweat off my brow, man. I don't worry about it. Why? Because I organize, and I'm not rich. Like I keep stressing that, I'm not rich, not a millionaire. No, I'm not. Not a half a millionaire, whatever. I'm not. No. But it's about organization, discipline. I still do the things I want to do. I'm not. Still take trips with my family, whatever. Do things, but it's not a strain on me. And this is what half of the salary I was getting when I was working. Being on this sabbatical, I'm getting half of what I was making, and things are still good. Things are still good. So we gotta stop blaming things outside of us and start looking at ourselves. Like I said, I can't invest in something outside of me before before I invest in me. And that's why the name, my True Financial, invest in yourself. That's another thing that came to me during that time. Just to dish that, because I had another little slogan I was going to put, but didn't, you know what I mean? Didn't fit. To me, didn't fit. Didn't fit. But that's all. And I thought of sat just thinking, invest in yourself. Like something that simple, and it's so true. We need to invest in ourselves. And when you invest in yourself, the return on that investment will be greater than you can imagine. Why? Because you'll be free. You'll be free to do what you want when you want, instead of having to do things you don't want. Having to do the things that you don't want. I remember like even recently doing this sabbatical, like I said, I've been trying to get into the high schools to teach financial literacy. Trying to, even I'm trying to get into middle school, even if I do middle school, it's just trying to teach financial literacy, whatever. That's what I want to do. And like I said, I'm a 7th grade math teacher. I've reached out to different schools, but during the sabbatical, you know, they have something where you can start applying to other schools or whatever. And I would apply to the other schools. They have the BCIT openings. BCIT, in case you don't know, stands for Business Computer Information Technology. And I'm certified in that. That's another thing. I got certified in that during my journey. Never would have thought I'd been certified in that. Never would have thought I'd been certified in that. But during this journey, I got certified to be a BCIT teacher for the purpose of the business aspect, to teach financial literacy. I don't know nothing about computers, because you see my videos, I'm still learning. Still learning how to do some things, you know. Shout out to Devin Trent, FedEx Guy 88. Alright, but I'm still learning how to do some things. But so I got the BCIT cert to teach business. So during the sabbatical, applying for different positions, BCIT positions, and I'm telling them, look, you know, most of the schools, when you apply for BCIT, they just computer teacher. Nah, you know, I let them know, look, and my cover letter, you know, my correspondence with them, I let them know, you know, you probably are looking for a computer teacher, but I only want to teach financial literacy with this certification. Some schools, you know, they didn't reply. Some schools replied or whatever, but they didn't want to do it. Whatever. It's a time for everything. I already know that. I ain't even worried about it. When the time comes for me to have to teach financial literacy, it'll come. I'm not even worried about it. But I'm also math certified, so when you when you apply for these openings, all your certifications come up at the schools. They would reach out to me, and I'm telling you already, I want to teach financial literacy, but they still reach out. Oh, you want to teach math here? Want to teach math here? A couple of schools reached out to me to teach math, which I'm already teaching at the school I'm at. So I would tell them, like, but this is what I'm saying about having options and not settling. I would tell them, look, at this stage of my career, I only want to teach financial literacy. To me, it just wouldn't make sense to leave one school to go to another school to teach the same subject that I don't even want to teach. I remember one principal said, well, yeah, I know we interviewed you for this position for financial literacy, you know, and I know you talked about this in the interview. We would love to have you on our staff, but so when they say but, everything before the but doesn't even matter no more. But she said, but would you mind just teaching geometry to our ESOL students? ESOL is English as a Second Language students. So these are students that language not even English. They just, they either beginning learning English, Some of them are a little bit more down the road in learning English. But why would I want to teach geometry to students that don't even speak English right properly? They're still learning. And I'm not like, I teach ESOL students already, but why would you even bring that to me when you already know what I'm here for? Now, if I wanted to teach geometry, I would have interviewed for a geometry teacher. That's not what I interviewed for. So why would you even bring that to me? And then she said, we can do this for 1 year, and then maybe the next year you can do the financial literacy. What? That don't make sense. Why would I go to a school that I don't want to teach that subject at? I don't even want to teach that subject with the hopes, not even the guarantee, but the hopes of teaching financial literacy next year. That don't make sense. I respectfully replied, I appreciate you taking time to interview, and I understand you have a need in that area, but that's not where I'm at in my career right now. That's what I told a lot of these principals that wanted me to teach subjects that I didn't apply for. And this is what I'm saying about, not doing something that you don't want to do. Even though, yeah, I'm working at a school now, I'm teaching 7th grade math, and I really don't want to do that, but, all right, I gotta go back one more year, I'll do it, but I even with the, even, well, I ain't gonna get into that. Not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. I got a whole lot of tales to tell as a teacher, man. That's for another time. Oh, that's probably a whole nother channel, but I am gonna do that. Best believe, when I retire, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a channel. It's going to be called Tales of a Teacher. I ain't going to do it yet. But in a couple of years, because my plan, my vision for me is to work 2, maybe 3 more years, if I'm not teaching financial literacy, and then call it quits. Now, if I'm teaching financial literacy, I might go longer. I might, because I'm doing something I want to do. But, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when you have this freedom of not owing anybody, you don't have to do things that you don't want to do. You don't have to. So if I have to teach math and nobody wants to do financial literacy, I'm gonna do maybe 2, 3 more years. Maybe less than that. Who knows? Who knows? We plan, God plans. Who knows? Who knows? But if I have to, but worst case scenario, 3 years. Best case scenario, 1 year. And then I'm done if I can't teach financial literacy. But if I'm able to teach financial literacy, I might go longer. I'll go as long as I want, as long as I choose. And this is what I'm saying. Not owing anybody and having, getting your finances in order gives you freedom. It gives you options. And many people feel trapped. They feel trapped at jobs because why I gotta pay this bill. I gotta pay that car note. I got this. I gotta do that. Credit cards, student loans, payday loans, personal loans, whatever. That keeps people trapped. Keeps people trapped, man. So thank you for listening during this, just talking. Nothing is, particular, just talking. But again, like I said, this journey takes a lot of sacrifice, takes a lot of discipline, takes a consistency. And if you're ready to start this journey, or you're already on your journey, but you just need, some extra push, like that fitness coach that you might get to hire and give you that extra push. That's what I do. I'm that fitness coach, but from the financial perspective. Visit me at True Fin Coaching Schedule a consultation. Listen to you. I can help you. I can help you help yourself. You know what I mean? I can help you help yourself. There's a saying, you can give a man a fish, you give him a fish, he eat for one day. You teach him how to fish, he eat for the rest of his life. And that's what I do. I learned how to fish. I learned how to fish. And I can teach you how to fish. I'm not talking about catching catfish, I'm talking about organizing your finances and helping you create a plan so that you can eat the rest of your life, be free the rest of your life. Meaning I don't gotta rely on anybody else but God, and God will send the people the right way to help you out. I'm telling you, I know God will send the right people to help you out. And again, I thank you for those people that subscribe, like, share my videos, and thank you for those people that have trusted me to help you on your journey. I really do. It's an honor to be able to help those people that reached out to me and put confidence in me to help you on your journey. So again, if you're ready to get off the rat wheel, if you're ready to start your journey, visit me at truefincoaching.com and we can help you to invest in yourself. Peace and blessings.